Story time. This is a doozy. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you. We just hit 100,000 subscribers on TikTok. I'm super appreciative of that. We just hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube and 50,000 subscribers on Facebook. Thank you for helping me grow this channel. I'm super glad that you guys have chosen to allow me to entertain you with these stories of my real life that you laugh at and comment on very tragically. Thank you, I guess. Now let's get into the story. This story goes back quite some time to when I was extremely green. I had just come out of a divorce. I did not know what I know now. This is going to seem like a movie. This is by far the craziest story, so buckle up. I'm gonna give y'all some dates. If you know these dates, then you know where this story is sort of going. Los Angeles, February 2012. Let's go. So I had met this girl on POF. Let's just call her Keisha. Just keep it simple. So I meet Keisha on POF. She stays in LA. So this is sort of like when I first started dating, starting to meet people. Like I said, I was coming out of a 13-year marriage. So the last time I was single, like I said it before in other videos, I had a pager. Beep, beep. So it was like I really wasn't used to a lot of the stuff that technology was up to, right? So being on a dating app and all that stuff was new to me. So I meet Keisha on POF, Plenty of Fish. It's now the trash dump of dating apps, but back in the day, it used to be decent. So I meet Keisha on POF. We communicating on the app. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to other people. She talking to other people. You know, I was telling her what I did, and cause I was keeping it 100%. Cause this is what I always say. Like when I start dating, I don't want to be telling a whole bunch of lies. So I'll be telling her, yeah, I met a few people on here, but it just didn't work out. And coming out of a divorce, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even gonna tell no lie. I was dead broke. Like I had came out of a situation where we were doing really well as a married couple, but when I left it, I just left everything. I didn't like ask for alimony or ask for money. I just said, you know what, I'm gonna go out here and just start over. And I started over with zero. So that was some of our conversations, but I had skills, you know what I'm saying? I knew I would be okay. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things me and Keisha had in common, she was a dispatcher for a trucking company, and I sort of had worked in logistics and trucking and infrastructure, right? So I sort of knew a little bit. So we had like some common ground we used to discuss. And then we were both huge Whitney Houston fans. Like even to this day, at any one of my events, once again, follow me on Instagram, TikTok at Tom Swoope Events. So at any of my events, I always play 2 or 3 Whitney Houston songs every time. Like I don't care what the event is, you gonna hear a Whitney Houston song from me. So we talking, you know what I'm saying? She had like 3 cell phones. Now back then I used to think like, okay, 3 cell phones, this is before remote work. So basically she had 3 cell phones from the company she worked for and doing the trucking thing or whatever. So, and she told me she made a ton of money. You know what I'm saying? Like a ton of money. Like she said, it's like some months she don't even be spending it because she working so many hours. So it's like it just go in the bank and bubble up and bubble up and bubble up. So she was just like, she wanted to come out here and visit me. And I was just like, I really wasn't in a position to have like guests. Like I was staying literally in a 1-bedroom apartment at the time, trying to get on my feet after the divorce. So I just told her what it was, and you know what I'm saying? And she was just like, you know what? You should come out here. You should let me get you a flight and come out here. Now I had never experienced a woman, now they call it getting flued out. Like I had never experienced that. So she got me a flight, first class, flew me out to LA, had me picked up by a driver, took me to, a hotel in Beverly Hills. Now I'm like, I knew she told me she made good money, right? But I was just like, she was spending some bread. Like I saw the receipt for the flight. I mean, she dropped some cheddar. That was cheddar back then. It's cheddar now. I get to the, hotel, dude at the concierge. She's like, oh, sir, we'll have somebody take you up to your room, da-da-da-da. She done got the penthouse. Like she done laid it out. And listen, I know right now y'all like, oh, he was in his soft guy era. No, this is just, I didn't ask for any of this. I literally thought, I was about to get on a Southwest flight and, meet her at the airport. She picked me up in a car. Now I didn't know none of this, right? People take me up to the room, open the room, champagne, like it's nice. It's the penthouse. She come out the room wearing one of the little hotel robes or whatnot, and she gives me a kiss. And like, this is our first time meeting. She gives me a kiss, like not a kiss like, hey you, Not one of them. Like, she gave me like a kiss, and she was a great kisser. Like, I mean, top tier, tongage. So we kissing, she poured some champagne. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all, it went down. It went down. It was, you would have thought I'd known her for years, the way we were moving and touching and kissing, and, you know, just how everything was just flowing, and the room was so nice. It like had a living room. It was a really nice room. You know, we never even made it to the bedroom, right? So, I mean, she put it on me. I needed a nap afterwards. So I'm napping, and I start to come to on the couch, and I remember like hearing people talk, like conversations, and I'm sort of like half asleep, and I wake up, and it's like 4 of the most dangerous gang members that you would ever see in the room, sitting in the living room with me as I wake up off the couch. Now, I don't got no shirt on. I ain't got no socks on. I just got like on my pants. So I'm sort of coming to, wiping my eyes, and I'm looking, and you know, these niggas is from the essence of Compton. Like, they bleed Crenshaw cement. Like, you could tell these was like real gang members, right? Like, at least 2 of them was Crips, and the other 2 was Mexicans. I don't know what they was, but they just, I could tell the 2 that was Crips. So I'm just sitting there coming to, and I'm looking around, they rolling up. You know what I'm saying? They talking and they rolling up. Like, and I'm like, what is going on in here? But I can't show that right now because, you know what I'm saying? You can't be like scared or anything, right? So they rolling up, and I'm coming to, and then one of the dudes on the left, he like, here you go, big homie, hand me a blunt. So I'm like, oh shit. I don't even smoke weed like that. Like, I might hit the blunt like every once in a while, but this is different. We in California, these niggas is professional smokers. So I'm like, I take the blunt, and I'm like, but I know blunt rules. I know if you hit this blunt and start coughing and all that kind of stuff, you're gonna look crazy, right? I hit the blunt. I start blowing circles, right? You know what I'm saying? Trying to show like, you know, I'm a pro at this, you know what I'm saying? So I hit like a couple circles. Now in my head, I'm like, this shit strong as hell, right? This shit strong as hell. And then, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta, you know, when you smoking weed with niggas for the first time, you gotta sort of like take control of the conversation, take control of the passing of the blunt. So I stand up and I start walking around, and I hit the blunt again. And I'm nodding my head. Now, in my brain, I'm like, nigga, you are getting way too high right now. Like, in my head, I mean, this weed's strong as hell. Like, strong as hell. Like, in that moment, I realized that we faked the moon landing. Ain't no telling what stuff they actually put in the food for population control. How the hell did Lyndon B. Johnson use a telephone back in the 60s to talk to an astronaut on the moon? So all of this is like, this weed is just making my brain just do all these random facts and all this stuff. And then I hear old girl say, babe, you cool in there? And I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm put the bass on my word. Yeah. So I hit it again. Knew I shouldn't have hit it again, right? Because I'm like, this weed strong as hell. So I hand the weed to the other dude, and I go stand like on the balcony. Now, that wind hit my face. I thought I was on the edge of the Titanic, and Leonardo DiCaprio was behind me, and we was singing, because I'm telling you, I was higher than I had ever been in the history of my face. So, you know what I'm saying? The dudes, they talking and stuff like that. I can hear them out there talking. Then they start talking like in Mexican. Is that what they call it? They start talking in Spanish. And so I don't understand what they saying. And all of a sudden she come out the bedroom like she was talking with somebody else, and they all got up and they left. And so when they left, she was like, it's something I need to tell you. Look, we're going to get into part 2, but you got to meet me over on YouTube. Click the link in the description. It'll take you right to my YouTube page, and you can see what we about to jump into right now. I'm telling you everything that happens in this story. I was blown away, but it's deeper than that, because remnants of this story still affect my life to this day, and I'm going to get into all of it. So meet me over on YouTube right now. Hurry up. Meet you there.